Ironic that his only chance of survival lies in the hands of Victor Von Doom.
Alright, what is going on, my dudes? We are back here today with the newest champion entering MCOC, and that champion is going to be Iron Man. But like an infamous version of it. Like, not like the good, well, he is a good guy. He's a good guy. So if you don't know, this is Dr. Doom. It's Victor Von Doom. It's after he turns over a new leaf, right? He has an epiphany about his life, and he wants to be a hero. It's a great comic book run. Go check it out if you haven't. It's definitely worth the read. It's about 11 or 12 issues. But regardless, really quick, okay, this is you're looking at a rank 4. 95% of the footage in this video is rank 3 without suicides. Anything other, I will let you know before the clip plays, okay? So, as always, we're going to talk over everything that you need to know about this guy. We're going to talk over similarities between Dr. Doom. What does he got in common? What do they got different? Is, you know, can he do the same things? Can he do different things? We're going to let you all know, okay? But first things first, to go over too long, I didn't read how to play this guy, what to do. Essentially, what you want to do is, what he does, okay, is he can't crit. He's one of those tech champions who cannot crit, and his damage comes from, like, critical power burns, okay? Now, the way this happens is, basically, you know how, like, perfect example, you know how a Guardian doesn't crit, but he does, like, a passive shock whenever he would? He does the same exact thing, okay? So you get, like, a burst of direct damage, direct passive shock damage whenever he would crit. Now, he also puts shocks with his medium attacks, okay? And his special too. When you are in the Aura of when you're in the Aura of Iron, okay, you are going to turn all of your shocks into critical power burns. This is going to burn their power, drain their power, going to remove power from their power bar to help control their power. It's also going to do a lot of damage. So, with that being said, his Aura of Iron is activated the same way. Actually, it's not activated the same way Dr. Doom activates the Aura of Hazareth. But can be with the special one. But also, the way this guy works is medium attacks, right? Place shocks, just like Dr. Doom. But this guy can stack his shocks. Now, at the very top there, 2.6 seconds in the Aura of Iron for each shock removed if it is not already active. Because you can't have shocks on them when you're in the Aura anyway, okay? So the more shocks you put on, the longer the Aura will last. Now, the special 3 puts the Aura on for 24 seconds. That is quite long, okay? Very, very much quite long. Now, if you're already in the Aura when you activate it, which you really always should be, right? You should always be in the Aura before you go for your special attack. It's going to give you an energized passive on both you and the Defender. Now, you want the Defender to have really high power, just like Dr. Doom. The reason being, all of the damage you're going to be doing, if you're going for it, big damage with this dude, the special 2 is where it is at, my friends. Okay, because after the first hit of this attack lands, Infamous Iron Man gains 931 attack rating for each of the opponent's filled bars of power, and each beam hits inflicts a shock debuff, dealing 4,098 energy damage over 5 seconds. But keep in mind, in the Aura of Hazarath, I'm going to do that so many times. In the Aura of Iron, all those shocks are going to be critical power burns, okay? So it's going to be like pew, 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 pew. He's going to go pew, pew all over the place, and there's going to be lots of critical power burns. It's going to do a lot of damage. Now, the special 1, okay? On activation, you can enter the Aura of Iron. But if you're already in the Aura of Iron, you're going to passively special lock the opponent until the Aura is gone. Wait a minute. 24 seconds on the special 3, and then you power lock on the special 1. Wow, that could potentially be fun. I wonder if we're going to talk about that later on when we go over rotations. Spoiler alert, we are. Okay, so now he does the same thing as Dr. Doom here when he's in his Aura. All right, basically, if you get hit by a heavy attack, if you get hit by a special attack, you're going to go stun immune and passively unstoppable at the end. Now, here's the thing. Dr. Doom, the damage for that is like capped at 5%. This guy, if you lose more than that, you're going to get a regeneration buff. Now, this could be either worse or better. Better if you don't die and you run the what's the mastery? Recovery mastery. It's going to increase the damage that you took, I believe, right? More so that you'll like lose less than 5% total. But Dr. Doom is capped at 5%, which is still very good, and he has very high armor, all that other stuff, right? But he also has an armor up buff, and when this is active, he is going to be immune to shock and immune to incinerate. It's also going to be great for countering havoc and all stuff like that, right? Tech champion, counter havoc. This is kind of how it works nowadays. So that's pretty much like everything you need to know. He also does not make contact with the opponent on his medium attack, so you can potentially fight Korg really easily, okay? So that's always good. Another Korg counter, just like Dr. Doom there. And a very niche, very fun piece of utility here. If an opponent would gain 2 or more prowess effects at once, those prowesses are converted into a single indefinite energy vulnerability debuff. This is like one of those things where, like, you know how, like, I really love Rintra, I really love Gallon personally, because I always say I feel like this game is moving towards a world of hard counters. All right, and I really feel like Iron Man infamous Iron Man is one of the hardest counters in the entire game, specifically to Bishop. Okay, and I'm gonna show you a Bishop fight right away. We're gonna jump into it today because that is really what this guy was made to do. Okay, he's immune to Incinerate, and every time he touches Bishop at all, we're going to do this before we do rotations, before we do other stuff, before we do utility, because this is what this guy was designed for. He was literally designed to counter Bishop. Every time we touch him, boom, energy vulnerability. Energy vulnerability. He's not going to be able to go unblockable, really. It's like possible for him to go unblockable. There are ways, but it's like you have to really mess up to make Bishop go unblockable on you, essentially, right? Now look at this. The energy vulnerability, we are really starting to stack those things up, and we're just going towards the special 2. And now we're going to go for the special 2 here. We're going to enter the Aura of Hazarath. What? Again, and Aura of Iron. Okay, heavy right into special 2. 43k on the burst damage that hits 3 times. So when I tell you, like, you see a Bishop, you use Iron Man Infamous, man. Like, if you're planning Alliance War, you see a Bishop, you text the group chat, hey, anybody have Iron Man yet? Yeah, okay, well, you're taking Bishop. It's just, that is what he was designed to do, okay? So, with that being said, let's start jumping into some rotations. And we're going to take quite a bit on rotations today because there are a lot of ways that we can play him, okay? And some of them are effective and some of them are not effective. When I say effective, I'm talking about damage. Some of them are very high damage dealing and some of them not so much. And now it's really going to depend on what you need from this guy. But before we do that, I just want to talk quickly about Synergies. The only synergy, he doesn't need any synergies whatsoever, but it is a nice one here with the Fantastic Four. I wish that Invisible Woman was here. She got a nice synergy. I don't know why she's left out, but regardless, Infamous Iron Man gains plus 4,900 critical rating while the opponent has 2 or more bars of power. That's really good, and I'll show it to you. We're going to do a fight with this, and I'll show it to you. I'll explain to you why that's good. All right, and then cowardice effects on the opponent, 50% more potent. That's really solid for being more tanky. And this one I love. This one with Penny and for Penny, because Penny is so useless against Incinerate immune champions. Whenever one of either champion's Shock or Incinerates are prevented by immunity, they do the opposite, Incinerate or Shock. So it's going to open the door for Penny to be, like, you know, fighting Incinerate immune champions. That's going to be really, really awesome for her, and it's going to open the door for Iron Doom to fight Shock immune champions with Incinerates instead. So really cool stuff, man. Really cool stuff. So we're going to start jumping in against Deadpool. So if we're going for like an Alliance War, going for like a Battlegrounds type health pool, 150,000, right? Casual questing, all this stuff. You know, the SP3 is great. You know, it's like, I feel like Doom goes for SP3 everywhere he goes. For Iron Man, Infamous, I really feel like he does not need it. Now, you're going to see a lot of red numbers flying around the screen. I want to explain to you what those are. So you see the 2659? That's like that critical passive shock thing, right? It's like the, you would crit and you go for the shock. That's a decent enough okay bit of damage. It gets much more so amplified when you're like a higher rank at, like, you run suicides, even rank 3 with suicides, but just like rank 3, no suicides, Iron Man, Infamous Iron Man, it's okay, but the special 2 is still where you want to go for the damage, okay? But it's like nice, you know, so his damage is kind of low without the special 2 critical power burn, okay? But here's what I want to do. I want to hold block, and I want to essentially push Deadpool up to 3 bars of power here. That's the thing. I want him at 3 bars of power in most ordinary circumstances when I'm at 2 bars of power. And now what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to go for medium, light, heavy attack. Watch this, okay? This heavy attack, boom, Aura of Iron. He's stunned, unblockable, special 2, bam, kick him in the face, okay? And now at this point, he's at 3 bars of power, so my attack rating is as high as it could be from the attack bonus on the special 2 in the Aura of Hazarath. And now 20k burst damage for the critical power burn on each one of those hits, right? Or it goes down a little bit. And of course, now Deadpool is going to go ahead and regenerate, right? But that was about 140k in about 30 seconds there. So if you're running this guy in Alliance War, if you're running this guy in Battlegrounds and casual questing, that's about the health pool you're going to be seeing. And if that doesn't kill the defender, you know, you probably finish him off with a special 1 or go back up to a special 2, just like this. And that's kind of the rotation you want to go with this guy for most ordinary scenarios. Now, when you're up against a higher health pool, okay? And I'm gonna show you a few different things to do here. So the special 3 is awesome. It's a cool animation. It's really fun to see, and the effects are nice, okay? Now, I said, if you enter the special 3, use the special 3 while you're in the aura of iron, both champions are going to have an energized passive. And this is going to be really good for Iron Doom because you want to be special 2s, pop, 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 special 2s, back to back to back to back, while you have this energized up, okay? And you, like I said, this is where his damage comes from, especially in longer fights. You want to go for those special 2s, okay? Now, what I'm going to be showing you in this video, in this clip right here, is the special lock that seems infinite, okay? So we're going to be going up to a special 1 here, okay? And I'm going to go for a special 1. Bam! We got about 20 seconds left of Winter Soldier's power bar. Just can't use a special. This is a very, very long special lock. Very long. And if you do it properly, if you get lucky with the AI and he allows you to do so, you can get off about 3 of these special 2s, whether you use the special 1 power lock or not, okay? So we used it here, and after the special 3, we used a special 1 directly into 3 special 3s. Winter Soldier's now down to 28% health, so let's just round it to 25%. This guy has about 550,000 health. It's about like 125,000-ish, right? 130,000-ish left on that. So we did about 400-ish thousand health off of him, rank 3 new suicides, going for this special 3, special 2 chain rotation, which is definitely very, very solid. Now, when you're going for this type of thing, instead of pushing them to special 3, it's better to do something like this, okay? I'm going to go medium, medium. I got 2 shocks on, 3 shocks on, so I have a longer aura. Now, at this point, it gives me enough time to get a parry off, okay? And he's below 3 bars of power. Now, keep in mind, you can push them to 3 bars of power when you do this special 3 because every medium attack you do when you're in the aura is going to put a shock on them, right? But keep in mind, you won't have the shock. You're going to power burn them, so you're safe to do so. However, you're safer to not have them at 3 bars of power because anything can happen like this. In fact, I left it in because look at what happens. My finger must have slipped. Whatever happened, I don't know. I recorded this a while ago, but watch. I go to dash in. I throw a light attack in the air. Then I go in. The stun wears out. If he was at 3 bars of power, he throws the special 3. Probably wouldn't kill us. We're very tanky, but regardless, right? Now we keep going. Here, we'll show off that Dr. Doom thing right here. Bam, resist. Cool. Doesn't matter. We're Doom. We don't care. Doesn't matter. We're going. So we're not going to be going for the power lock in this one. I'm going to show you it's like kind of like the same thing, but one big advantage to going for the power lock is like, yeah, you know, the medium attacks, they're going to burn his power every time. See, we're going red, yellow, red, yellow, red, yellow, red, yellow. But at the same time, when you see he throws the special attack here, and at the same time, when you finish with the medium attack, it feels to me like they're more likely to throw a special attack. Like they don't really care, you know? You could be holding block, they'll throw it. We still got off our special 2s here, right? I believe we got off 1 less special 2. I believe we just got off 2 special 2s here. And also, he used a special attack, so our power burn damage was lower. We may have gotten off 3, but our power burn damage is lower. That's definitely an advantage to using the special 1. Now, you might be wondering, but what happens if you use a special 3 during this? I saw the other ones. Well, allow me to show you. So now this is rank 4 with suicides and also War Machine pre-fights. I'm going to show you this whole fight later, but just this rotation, okay? Keep in mind. It didn't go my way. He used his special 2. And I said, okay, we're going to go ahead and fix that, man. You want to use your special 2? Really? All right, dude. Or use a special 1, whatever he used. Now, we both have our energized passive. We're in the aura of iron still. We're 1 hit away from 69 hits. And now we're at our special 3. Okay, we have our aura up. Even though it's the special 3 aura, the aura is up. Our aura is almost gone. We're going to go for the special 3 again. And essentially what this is going to do is, this is going to refresh that 24-second aura of iron. It's not like the thing where like the special 1 doesn't add 8 seconds. No, the special 3 creates a new Aura of Iron for 24 seconds. And we'll check out that burst damage later, so make sure you stick around till the end of the video. All right, perfect timing there, right? So let's look at one more type of rotation now. I feel like you probably got both main rotations, right, and different variations of them from that. We spent a long time in that. One more thing is I want to talk about the special 1. I said some are really effective when it comes to damage and some aren't. This one's not. This one's not. But what we're going to do here is we're going to use the special 1 to power lock him and power burn him over and over and over. Okay, so we're in this for 7 more seconds, right? And every medium attack is going to power burn. Every time we crit with a light attack, we're going to power burn. Now, we're going to push this guy up to around 3 bars of power, and we're just not going to care. All right, we're just not going to care. Now, this could certainly be useful for different situations. I personally do not love doing this because I find it could potentially be risky if things go wrong. See, right here, we didn't get any power burns on the special 1, right? Here we got that light attack pushed him up, but here, that heavy attack brought him down a little bit, and look at those critical power burns. We got lucky on the crits on the special 1 there, right? And look, we're right back up, right towards another special 1. We're just going to keep this going here. Bam! We're going to get him down again. Look at how his power bar just kind of dances, right? It just kind of dances with us. Now at this point, I'm like, all right, I bet I can keep this going a little bit. I'm a little low on power. He was being a little stingy. Now listen, what's the smart thing to do here? Say it with me. Bait the freaking special 2, idiot. Mike, you idiot. Why aren't you baiting the special 2? But then I'm trying to show you, the power lock stuff. That's why. All right, so here we're going to go in here. Bam, heavy attack. Look at that. And we got the special 1. And look at his power bar. It is now again below 3 bars of power. And of course, here comes the special 2, right? And that's what you should do. You should be baiting the special attacks. There's no reason not to bait special attacks if you're trying to just like keep removing themselves from the special 3. So what's the purpose of what I just showed you? Can he like cheese things like this? Yeah, he probably could, especially if there's some sort of like energized getting him up towards the special 1. If he was rank 5 Dr. Doom, 5-star rank 5 Dr. Doom, and he had additional 10% combat power rate, even brought the Mojo synergy in for additional combat power rate, that's going to be even more insane, a lot easier to do, and a lot more consistent. But the thing is, if you accidentally push your defender to a special 3, medium, light, heavy attack, special 1, done, you're saved. You are saved. So similar in a way to Dr. Doom throwing a special 1, stealing the power, Iron Man, Infamous, he burns the power. Very similar playstyles to these guys. However, they do operate in different ways. So now, I mentioned hard counters earlier on in the video, right? Let's see how this guy hard counters certain mutants. Now, he doesn't hard counter as many mutants as he hard counters Bishop. Let's see how he counters mutants, okay? So first things first, Kitty Pryde, okay? So Kitty Pryde, now he counters her in 2 ways. Number 1, he doesn't crit. So if you want to like do that, cool, you won't ever trigger prowess. However, me, life's too short not to parry. I'm gonna parry. Okay, I'm going to parry my Kitty Pryde. In fact, I'm going to over-parry her. I'm not going to attack her, and I'm only going to parry. So now at this point, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go for a heavy attack. I'm going to put a prowess on, and bam. She gained 2 prowesses at once, I guess. Why did that happen? Oh, passive. Oh! Passive stun. Passive stun on Kitty Pryde gives 2 prowess. So what happens when you passively stun Kitty Pryde? You put an energy vulnerability on her, and then the cowardice on the heavy attack. Every heavy attack will put a cowardice on the defender. Removes all the prowess, man. So really, really amazing Kitty Pryde counter. Personally, I don't like fighting Kitty Pryde without a counter, man. There are a lot of decent Kitty Pryde counters, but I mean, I like when I got one of them. You know, in battlegrounds, stuff like that, or if I match up with the Kitty Pryde, if I don't got a Kitty Pryde counter, man, I prefer to have one. Let's just say that. So Apocalypse enters the fight with 2 prowess, right? Now he's got 0 and he's got an energy vulnerability. Now I was trying to literally eat a special 2 from this guy because I wanted to show the combination of removing his prowess and also having a cowardice, reducing his attack damage. Now keep in mind, you can make this cowardice 50% stronger with the Doctor Strange synergy. Not necessary in my opinion, like ever, because Doctor Strange is like honestly useless and it would be dead weight on a team. But just keep in mind, it's something you can do. So yeah, basically, Here we have no prowess on him. We nuked that right away. We are in the aura of iron, and he has a cowardice. Look at those hits. The concussion ended up like, I don't even know what it did. It did something, but no shocks afterwards. But I mean, like, you know, it's a pretty strong cowardice there. Cowardice is a solid debuff to have. Now, Thoron, he only gains prowess one at a time. We can't do the thing here. But one thing that he has that I didn't talk about yet is that with his Sig ability, the Aura of Iron reduces unblockable ability accuracy by 100%. And Sauron's main defensive threat, in my opinion, is his unblockable. So if we remove that unblockable here, right, we're going to go in, we're going to bait out whatever we're baiting out. Unblockable ready, it says. We're going to go in, we're going to activate the Aura of Iron, bait out a special from this guy. And now his prowess goes away. His prowess goes away, and we're going to go unblockable. So that's definitely nice, man. Of course, you know, I'd say use Nimrod. Use Nimrod for Sauron over Iron Doom. But hey, man, you know? Now, Havoc, great counter to the Havoc, because we're going to be putting a lot of energy damage on Havoc, which is usually a bad thing. But for us, you know, we have the armor up buff. So we're going to be healing from willpower, which is definitely really nice always. And also, if he goes for a special 2, he's going to convert into like more than 2 prowess, I believe, right? Is it 5 prowess? But regardless, it's going to turn into energy vulnerability. So if he ever throws it, but it looks like he's never going to throw it ever again for the rest of his life. Never throwing the special attack. Done. But yeah, see, so it says prowess removed. Whatever the amount of prowess he would get, it's now an energy vulnerability. And now this is going to be like a decent amount of damage, even at low power, okay? That's really good for Havoc. Of course, for Mr. Sinister, good for 2 reasons here. We're immune to the shock that he's going to try and put back on us with the special one. Also, we're never going to crit whatsoever. So we can crit no matter what. We don't have to worry about Mr. Sinister healing, right? And when he goes for the special one here, look at that. Immune. You're immune to shock, which is definitely really nice to have. Now, I believe there's one more here. Storm. It looks like, so here's the thing. He hard counters Bishop, right? Kind of in the same way he's doing that to Storm here, because every time we go for a medium attack, we're going to be placing a shock. Storm's immune to shock, and when she's immune to shock, she gains 2 prowess, I believe. So big damage versus Storm. Not that Storm is a bad defender like Bishop is, right? And this is a fun one versus Gambit. I like this. I like this a lot. This was fun. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to hit his block. Got some Spidey 2099 game style going on. We're going to bait a heavy attack, and bam! He puts on 2 to 3 prowess. Nope, energy vulnerability instead. So honestly, this is so stupid. I don't recommend you do this, but I mean, like, I don't know, man. Maybe if like, I was gonna say, like, maybe if you have like a Gambit in War, or if you have a Gambit, but see how the damage really ramps up, man, when you get those energy vulnerabilities. I was gonna say, it's like if you ever see a Gambit on Battlegrounds defense or War defense, like, you can do this, but you're never gonna find a Gambit in any of those places. So it's one of those things where it's like, if there's ever like an Eternity of Pain type Gambit boss, that could be cool. But really, that's like useless against Gambit. But who knows, man? One day, there's gonna be a big bad Gambit, and you're gonna remember me hitting this block and baiting out his heavy attack, and you're gonna say, "Holy crap, that crazy son of a bitch had a point." All right, let's keep moving. So that, but anyway. But the prowess thing, right? It's a really solid way of dealing with prowess. Now, unfortunately, it's only when you gain 2 prowess at once. So it's not like a hard counter to prowess like Nimrod does. Like, Nimrod still does it better. If you're fighting prowess, not against Bishop, but against like other champions, Nimrod just does it better. I can't imagine a champ is released that does it better than Nimrod, you know? But passively special in map 8. After the defender throws a special attack, they gain a prowess for each hit that was blocked, right? So basically, if you block more than 1 hit of the special attack, they're going to get an energy vulnerability instead of the prowess. That is really, really, really nice, actually, to be entirely honest. That's just like solid. This is in map 8, the highest AQ level right there. Over here, Wumbo Combo. I fought this node so many times, and I still have no clue how it works. I just Googled, like, you know, I typed in prowess to Aunt May, and it came up. I said, really? So, look at this. For each hit in the combo meter consumed, when the defender activates a special attack, the combo meter on the attacker is consumed, and for each hit in the combo meter, the defender gains a passive prowess. I'd never had any clue that I did that, honestly. I had no clue whatsoever that's how that worked. And I fought this node so many times for like showcases and stuff. But yeah, basically, you just fight like normal, and they're going to use special attacks, put energy vulnerability on them. You never know when you're going to see this in Eternity of Pain. It could be added to Alliance War nodes. It could be in the Battlegrounds meta. You never know. That would instantly turn this guy into a good option for those fights, right? If that is added to a meta in any sort of way. Up next, we have some additional stuff, and interesting stuff here. So Wiccan's been a real pain in the butt lately on defense, mostly because he's crashing devices, he's crashing app, crashing games, right? But also because of this neutralize, because what it does is, when you dex, it's so obnoxious, it puts a shock on you, and then during his cycling thing, he puts an incinerate on you. Well, Doomy here is immune to both shock and incinerate, all right? Also, what you want to do when you fight Wiccan, I believe, is knock him down often, I believe. I'm not even 100% sure, but that, yeah, and that resets the spells, and that's just like the typical rotation for this guy. But as you can see, when we dex, bam, immune, buff fail, dexterity, no incinerate, and if he tries to put this, or no shock, if he tries to put this incinerate on us, which we're going to cycle it through, right, it would not last. It would not last. Now, one downside is that Wiccan does regenerate, like, all the energy damage he took in the fight, something like that, on his special one. So the fight might go on like a little long against this guy, but it's a very safe option for Wiccan, and there aren't too many of those right now, in my opinion. Wiccan is a very underrated defender, in my opinion. So up next is just real quick, that was kind of like showing you like A, Wiccan, B, shock immune, right? Here, incinerate immune. So like you got all this energy damage, right? And let's say you're not good at dexing Human Torch's specials, right? You're supposed to dex them and not block them because he's going to gain smolders. But when you use an incinerate immune champion, you can do whatever you want. It doesn't really matter. He gained 2 smolders. We're never going to get an incinerate on us unless we push Torchy up to special 3, right? And we're not going to do that because we're not silly gooses. Up next, we're going for a little bit of utility showcase here. We've got Thunderstruck. Now, Thunderstruck works interesting here because it's pretty cool. Champions with this, like, see, like, look, you see this right here. It might have the shock. Yeah, it has the shock there. I'd like to get a clip showing you like without the shock, but the shock happens on medium attack, so it's going to be there most of the time. But even when you get like a light attack off, right, when you don't have the shock debuff on Deadpool here, the passive critical shock counts for the Thunderstruck damage, which is definitely really cool, right? And the damage for the shocks are amplified by however much percent from the Thunderstruck node. Now here on Thunderstruck, you do not want to go for the aura before you go for the special 2 because you will do 0 damage. You'll do like 25% of your damage if you go for the aura special 2 power burn. No slaps, no nothing in this fight because you need the shocks, and you can't have shocks with the aura up, right? So, quick, last utility fight thing here. This video is getting a lot longer. I thought it was going to be like 15 minutes long. My mistake there. But anyway, so this is 2 things here. Number 1, not critting could certainly have its advantages for certain things. So when you're fighting Scarlet Witch Classic, she's not going to be able to put debuffs on you if you don't crit her. That's how it happens, right? Now, EMP modification, right? Annoying node, dude. Annoying node. That's why this is like, this node right here is the main thing that makes like shock immunity so nice for me, because look, she's getting the EMP modification charges. We do not even care. We do not even care. We're just fighting like normal as if it didn't exist here. We're not even worrying about Scarlet Witch power draining us because we can't crit. We're going to go into the special 2, right? Nice, down to 25% health. And we're going to do the same thing. We're going to build right back up here. And that's pretty much going to be it, man. And that's pretty much going to be it. And this is like when you're doing like, you know, this is Act 6. This is Act 6.3, so the health pools are definitely lower. The content is nerfed, right? But yeah, depending on the situation in front of you, that's pretty much the rotation you want to go with more often than not, in my opinion. Now, we're going to take a quick look at the Mr. Fantastic Synergy. Gain plus 4,900 critical rating while the opponent has 2 or more bars of power. We're going to go back to this punching bag one more time against Deadpool here, man. It's just rotation and rotation and utility showcases here today, man. That's what we're doing. That's why we're just using these guys over and over, keeping it consistent here. But take a look at his health bar or his power bar, okay? What we're doing here is we have that increased critical rating. Look at that. You see that? Now, this is something that you should not rely on all the time. Like, it's not like, oh my god, I can do this 1,000,000,000% of the time, every single time, and he's never gonna gain a special 3. No, it's not. That's not true. You got a higher critical chance there, and keep in mind, whenever you crit while the aura's up, you're going to power burn them, and the heavy attack puts the aura up, so it's like nice, but it's like, hey, probably don't do that. Don't push in the special 3 all the time. Maybe combine that with like, you know, this sort of thing where we're doing this stuff over and over, going for the special one over and over, right? That kind of thing. We're doing this like what we did earlier. Yeah, that would probably be okay. But yeah, man, that was Infamous Doom. All of that was rank 3. What do you call it? No suicides, right? That's like all the rotations you could do, all the utility you can do. This guy obviously has a lot of stuff going on. He's #1 prestige in the game. I mean, you know. So yeah, let's jump in here. A little bit of fun. If you stuck around to the end, we're gonna go for rank 4 with suicides on. We got the War Machine pre-fights going. We want to see that big burst damage, see what he can do. We'll skip the ramp up. We're gonna go for the special 3 here. But actually, maybe you want to see like the shocks and what they do, the passive shocks, right? Look at the difference, man. Rank 3, no suicides. We're hitting like 2,900 passive shocks. Rank 4 with suicides, dude, 6,500. That's a significant difference, dude, between no suicides and suicides. And I feel like he's decently suicide friendly. You can't do like the special one over and over thing with it, but this rotation that we're going for in this fight, especially if you run it with War Machine Man, who I happen to like quite a bit. I haven't used him for a while. I do like War Machine a lot, right? He's decently suicide friendly, man. He's tanky as a mofo. We're gonna go for the special 2 here. Let's take a look. 26k, 24k, 21k. Winter Soldier down to 40% health after the first special 2. One more special 2 would just about have gotten him down, and then we could have made it up to a 3rd one as well. I said to myself here, this is the clip I showed you earlier. I said, you know what, man? We're going to lock this fight down. That's what we're going to do. We're going to lock it down. We could have probably gotten it off, the special 2, maybe another one, but I said, you know what? We're going to lock it down instead. Skip the special 3. We've seen it enough. We're going to go right in. We're going right in, and I'm going to make this guy pay for throwing that special attack. How dare you, Bucky? How dare you do that to Victor Von Doom? I mean, like, that's special 2. It's got to be the most satisfying special 2 in the game right now, man. It's just... The sound effects too. No sound in this video, but you got to go watch a video of somebody using sound because it's like, phew, phew, phew. So cool. Now, I will do Deadpool one more time. Deadpool one more time. Rank 4 suicides, War Machine pre-fights. Same rotation. Going for the baiting them up to a special 3. Go for the special 2. We'll call it the Doom the Doom regular. All right, here we go. Here it comes. After one more. Ready? Heavy into special 2. The rank 3, no suicides, didn't kill him. He regened. Rank 4 with suicides does kill him. Rank 4 without suicides also can kill that Deadpool, by the way. But yeah. How many times can I show you the Deadpool fight though, man? I feel like that's enough. This whole video should just be called Infamous Iron Man fights Deadpool in 6.4.1. That's the title of the video. The real title. It's not what I'm going to type in, but that's the real title of the video. So yeah, man. Infamous Iron Man entering the game. Surfer is now #2 prestige. Dr. Doom has 2 spots in the top 5 prestige. That's what he can do. That's how you play him. Those are the rotations you want to do. That's some utility. Obviously, I would love to get this guy. I do not recommend you open calves or spend money on the $50 bundle because you probably won't get him. However, there's going to be a bunch of people telling me in the comments that you got him. And you're going to make me spend $50 even though I don't want to. I don't think it's worth it. I don't think you should. So please don't tell me because I will be tempted and I would prefer not to. And I have absolutely no use for the 5-star whatsoever. And that will be $50 pits down the drain. So if you do not have the money right now, please do not spend it because I'm telling you, you probably will not get the champion. Your friends are going to get him. You're going to see screenshots. But keep in mind, there's probably going to be like 50,000 people opening that bundle today. And the 15 screenshots that you see of 6-star Doom, not indicative of all the people who didn't get it, man. So if you have the black ISO market, if you have the sigil, I do recommend spending 300 units on a crystal. I'm going to be doing that. But regardless, man, you know what? It's unfortunate. I wish he was in the next featured 6-star. Titania is the last one. But so I am tempted to like really hold my shards for this guy. But I doubt I'm going to hold it for like that long. Plus I really want Gallon too. Quicksilver's okay. A little overrated in my honest opinion. But that's it for this video. I do hope you enjoyed it. If you did, drop your boy a big ol' like. This is a long one. Sorry about that, man. There's a lot of stuff to cover. But that's it. I'll be seeing you around, man. Hit the subscribe button. It's a long video. It took a while to make. So, it's the least you can do. You know? If you subscribe, you don't like the content later on, you can always unsubscribe. Hit the like button, though. If you wake up one night and you say, I didn't like that video, you can always unhit the like button. Leave a comment. It takes 2 seconds. Alright. I'm gonna go for real now, though, okay? So...